it's Rebecca here at Why Mermaids. Why Mermaids? Why Mermaids? I don't know if you guys went to Force Friday, but I didn't. I did go Saturday though, and I got this cool Star Wars Darth Vader shirt because I'm a geek and I like Star Wars. And yeah, and I also got some leggings that say Star Wars, but that's all I got because I wanted a lot more, but I didn't get it. They didn't have a lot by the time I got Saturday, and I don't really know who these characters are yet because we haven't seen the movie, so I didn't want to buy the Funko Pops if I don't like the character, because then I'm stuck with a pop for a character I don't like. So I'm hoping they'll restock some of the stuff so I can get like a Darth Vader Churvis mug, because I really like Darth Vader, basically. Yo. Today's topic video thingy-mabob that I'm doing for you is the August wrap-up. Yep, that's right. It's the end of August. It's September. It's like a week into September. So here are all the books that I read in August, and let me tell you, it was my best reading month probably ever in my entire life. Yeah. I read 12 books this month. That's my biggest number ever. But sadly, I also count page count, like page counts. And I'm only 100 and something pages more than July. And in July, all I read was Harry Potter. So I guess that's saying something about my choices this month. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I read. Now, you've already seen some of these because I did them for Booktubeathon, so I'm not going to go into detail about them because I did that and you can watch that video, but I will show you as a reminder, a refresher, what I read for that time and what I rated it, and that's pretty much all I'm going to do about that. The first thing I read was The Shell Seekers by Rosamund Pilcher, and I gave it 3 stars out of 5. Next up, I read The Selection by Kira Cass, the first one in the trilogy, and I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then I read Sex Criminals Volume 1 by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky, and I gave this one 4 stars out of 5. I guess you get that it's out of 5, right? Yeah, probably. Then I finished with a buddy read with Trina from Between Chapters. It was The Martian by Andy Weir, and I gave this 5 stars because it was the best. It was amazing. I loved it, and it's a top contender for my favorite book of the month and probably the year. However, there's one later on in here that's also 5. They're neck and neck here. I also read All I Know Now by Carrie Hope Fletcher from YouTube channel fame and Les Mis on the West End, and she's awesome and amazing, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, but if I were younger, I'd probably give it 5. And the last book I read for Booktubeathon was Black by Ted Dekker, the first book in the Circle cycle, and I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Now, on to the books that I read after Booktubeathon, which is another 6 books, so yeah, right? Okay. I read The Selection, it's over here, I already told you that, but I also read The Elite and The One by Kira Cass. I gave The Elite 3 stars and The One 3.5 stars, so I did like The One the best of the 2. I think I like The One out of all 3 of them, perhaps the best. These are really fun. I read them in a day each, like, it's The Bachelor in a dystopia. I had some problems with, like, I felt like some of it was really obvious and tiresome, and like somewhat annoying, but I was like so enraptured into it. And basically the summary, to sum up my experience of reading this book, it's like I was sitting there and I was like yelling at my book, and my fiance was like, why are you reading it? I thought you hated it. And I'm like, no, I don't hate it. Like, I love it and I want to know. He's like, but I don't understand. You just said you hated it. So that's kind of my whole experience. And if you want full reviews, again, I have them down on my blog, which is linked below, and you can check all of those out. But it's a fun read. And if you like that kind of book, cute little romance stories in dystopian worlds, then this is a good series for you. If you've been following me, you know that I helped kind of orchestrate a read-along for the month of August with Morgan from Little Word Weaver. We kind of co-hosted this read-along for Emma by Jane Austen. We did this on Goodreads and on Twitter, so if you're wondering why I was tweeting Read Emma, because I was reading Emma. for a buddy read. Group buddy read thing. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I ended up listening to half of this on audiobook because it's a lot slower than I thought it was gonna be. Because Pride and Prejudice, I felt like, I was like, oh, I flew through that one. This was a bit slower, and there were parts of it when I was just like, oh my gosh, just hurry up, I'm like falling asleep. So I listened to the audiobook, which really helped me kind of get into it again and read it and finish it. So I really like Emma, and I really like Mr. Knightley. So I did give it 4 out of 5 stars, but those slow bits, man, they can be kind of rough. Oh, and the story of Emma is basically Clueless, except for in Jane Austen's time. So there's a girl, and she like is, you know, she's a little naive and a little full of herself, but in a very endearing way. And so she has friends, she wants to like set them up, she's playing matchmaker, but she doesn't realize that like there's love right under her nose and she should matchmake herself. And it's cute, and I liked it, so there you go. My Year of Gaiman pick for the month was American Gods by Neil Gaiman, which is my contender for best book of the year that I've read, at least because it didn't come out this year. So I gave this one 5 stars out of 5 stars. It's magical realism. It's a guy named Shadow on a road trip around the country with gods who are real, and it's like about where, like, what makes up America and the different people and the different beliefs that Americans have. And I just absolutely loved it. There's so much to think about. It really like makes you think about what you know about America and flips it on its head while remaining true to it at the same time. And I just feel like it's really, 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 really well written, and probably my favorite Gaiman book of the year as well. Ocean at the End of the Lane is my other top one, but I think this is my favorite Gaiman. It's just really fantastic, and I recommend it to everybody because it's so good. I also read Geek Girl by Holly Smale. I actually didn't read it. I listened to it on audiobook, so whatever. I listened to it. I read. And this is basically a story about a girl named Harriet who is a geek. She's a geek. She's very geeky. She knows definitions to things and weird facts about things, but she gets discovered by a modeling company. And she doesn't like fashion, so there you go. It's really cute. It's kind of like The Princess Diaries, but maybe set in England. I don't know, I haven't read The Princess Diaries, but this is what I'm thinking of, at least in my brain. It's funny, it's quirky, the characters are great. Is it the best written thing in the world? No, but it made me laugh, it made me smile, and that's what I wanted from a book at that time. So if you are interested in that, I definitely recommend it. It's cute, it's fun. Who doesn't like cute and fun? Because I do. And finally, the last book that I read over the course of the month of August was All My Friends Are Superheroes by Andrew Kaufman, and this book, I love this book. This is another top contender for books that I've read this year as far as being a favorite, because it's 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. It's 120 pages. It's tiny, and it's beautiful. I read it in an hour, but I don't want to tell you much about it because I didn't know anything about it going into it other than people rave about it, and I think it's perfect that way. However, I mean, I'll tell you, if you're scared of the fact that it says superheroes, it's not like your cape wearing superheroes, and it's quirky, it's beautiful, it's funny, it's romantic, it's heartbreaking. I just love it, and you should read it, definitely. I mean, it won't take you long. It's 120 pages, and it goes by really fast, and it's a really great little love story. So there you go. Well, those are the books that I read this month, which is a lot of them. So yeah, if you want more information or if you want my full reviews on any of them, I do have written reviews for all of them on my blog and Goodreads, and if you want a video review of any of them, just let me know, and I will see what I can do for you. Let me know down in the comments below if you have read any of these, what you thought about them. And that is it for me today. I'll see you next time.